People think Uncle Joe, play with that man. People think Uncle Joe is indecisive. He is not. He takes his time. And sometimes it can be painful for people who want to see things done quickly. But he takes his time. He gathers all of the facts. You know, one day we're having lunch, and he said something to me. I will not say it all, but he said something. He said, look, Henry, when you're president, you can't be too hasty to make decisions when it involves people and it could destroy people's lives. You have to gather all the facts. He said that to me. We were talking about certain individual, and he made reference and said, you got to be careful. He said, for example, if that individual was around, they would not want me to, you got to take your time and gather all the facts. JMB will act when he has all of the facts. Sometimes you want to push him. I know this. When we wanted to leave the CPP, I used to call him. I said, Uncle Joe, we have to leave the CPP. Things are not looking good. We have to leave the CPP. JMB didn't, he wanted to take his time. And I became rebellious. I waged war to tear the CPP apart because I felt I needed to protect JMB's presidential aspirations. I waged the war. You know that. So JMB is not slow, but he wants to be sure. And sometimes those of us who want to be hasty or want him to do things in a hasty fashion find it unacceptable.
But Costa, that's the reason why we're here. We don't have enough time. 4 years to go. You said it. People are saying it. Nobody is incarcerated. You know that. People went home with the take-home pay. They pay them off. You know that. People that were charged. Audit report revealed massive corruption. But guess what happened? They didn't go, to jail with cough on. They went home with fat salary. I mean, how can JB explain this to the folks that will come around 2029?
And that's why a guy like me, I don't work in the government. I'm his nephew. I can speak the truth publicly and directly to him. Let me tell you something. When I raised an issue with JMB, and he did it recently, but I will not go into it. I raised an issue, and he surprised me. You know what he did? He made sure I was provided the information that I needed about a particular issue. And I will not go into it. Never. But he did that, Stanton. And you know what I did?
You want me to go into it?
No, I forbid you. I invoke our friendship. I forbid you from going into that. Yeah, I forbid you. But he treated my concern with respect. He made sure the information I needed was provided. JMB will act, Stanton. JMB is concerned about the way certain things are going. He's pleased about certain things. So let me tell you something, Stanton. This government is making a lot of progress on a lot of fronts. The economy is a challenge. It's been a challenge for every government because we are beset with historical and perennial constraints to our economy. Until you can really rigorously and significantly address those constraints, economic growth in the country will be slow. But there's progress, and there are things that are happening, and there's will. Look, I say to the people in government, this is the best president to work for. He's the president who will not call you and say, LPRC boss, bring me money for the weekend. John Brown from LTA, bring me money for me to give to the other person. JMB would never do that. That is not him. And that's why JMB is able to act against them, because JMB he doesn't ask anybody to bring him money for the weekend. He doesn't do that. Stanton? Doesn't do that.
So Costa, we talk about also Twain. We talk about Bujuba Keita. Let's go ahead and talk about the yellow machine and Mamaka Berete involvement. $84 million, $80 million. First, when it came out,
Mamaka is another person that should be fired. Mamaka should not keep her job. Look, Stanton, again, this is why I say if I work in the government, I don't want to work in the government. Because I don't work in the government, I can speak like this. Mamaka came from nowhere. She was not involved with the struggle. She is in the mansion and she acting like she calls the shot. She gets up and she says we can get 285 pieces of yellow machine for $85 million. They wanted to steal from the Liberian people, Stanton. They wanted to steal from the Liberian people. But JMB, who people were beating on him, and it was so unfair to him. They were beating on him. JMB allowed the process. When the vice president raised issues, now I will speak to this. The vice president said, look, I've been buying yellow machine. I've been doing yellow machine business for a long time. I know about yellow machine price. That yellow machine price, they're calling you Mr. President. You're not looking correct. I don't know what yellow machine costs. I'm told the vice president went and got quotes, invoices, pro forma invoices from different mix and model, Shantui, Sunny, Caterpillar, and brought all to the president. The president said, eh? So that the way they think looking, they had a yellow machine came from $85 million. They brought it down to 46 million. Then they brought it to 27, I mean to 37 million. That's why the president put the vice president in charge. Today, we're going to get the yellow machines for under $22 million. So it is a man I wanted to do, but Mamaka should be fired because of that. She should be fired. Everybody who was involved.
Okay, forget about Grace Payment, his rest in peace.
Yeah, Grace Payment should be, well, you can find now he's dead.
Costa,
remember, can you fire a dead man?
No, okay. All right. So, okay. So let me recollect. So my thing is that at the end of the day, though, Costa, Buchiban Keita, Oswald Twe, Mamaka, Stekwa, Daniel Sando, the president must take action. Because again, you're saying the president said we're gonna wait, let's gather all the facts. We have all the facts.
Can I say something to you?
Yes, sir.
Do you know why the people would never want me close the JMB in the government anywhere near it? Because I will talk. I will make sure a lot of things, and I'm so glad. You know, look, Stanton, people don't know this. I'm so happy I am where I am. Because, Stanton, if I were in this government, I swear, you man did not wish me. Stanton, you might have finished wishing me. I'm glad I am where I am. Because some of the things I see going on, Stanton, if I were in the government, especially the way I suffer, where the hell Mama came from? To be embarrassing Uncle Joe, or to go write that kind of letter and make the president send it to the legislature. The gentleman agreement, the man's JMB, that man is a sober-minded, brilliant, wise man. To go get in that kind of letter to sign, that kind of embarrassment, people will be fired if somebody let me wear around. They're lucky I am not around. They're lucky.
You stay around though. You still have the person.
I'm not in the government center. I'm a private citizen and I'm too happy where I am. Too happy.
But you still have the president here. Well,
the president worked with them. I don't work with him. So when I talk to him about certain things, he listens. I'll tell you this. He did it. He has done it several times. When I bring issues to him, he listens. But Stanton, I'm not in the inner circle. I'm an outsider. I'm an outsider. I'm an outsider. No matter how much he respects me or he loves me, but I'm still not in the government center. So there's only so much I can influence.
Do you want to be in this government?
Absolutely not. And it's not because I'm not proud of the president. I'm very proud of the president and his performance. But I don't want to be in the government. No, I do not, Stanton.
Why?
Because, Stanton, I want to make money. And I got something that has a lot of money. I want to buy my BB car and build my BB house. They can say I stole the money from government. That's it right there, Stanton. I got a gold. I got 300 acres. I got it from the. I went. I applied. I found 300 acres with gold. It has lots of gold. It has great potential. I'm doing my gold mining business. Gold got a lot of money. I want. I made my gold money. They say the boss stole the money from government. The boss got P money. They wanted to steal. So I want to stay in the gold mining business. But when they do wrong, I will talk it because I want to ensure my uncle's legacy is protected. But I don't work in the government. There was a time let me be honest. If the president had appointed me Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, I would have accepted it. I would have. But looking back at it now that it did not happen, I'm so happy where I am, Stanton. Very happy.
Will you accept a vacant position that Sam Stekwa came from?
I want to go on the record. The position Sam Stekwa recently vacated, I have absolutely no interest in it. There was a time people told me, go ask the president for it. I actually did consider it, Stanton. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I actually did consider it. Because I said, you know what I mean? This will put me near my uncle. I will be able to resist some of these things that they're doing and help to steer things in the right direction. But come to think of it, I'm happy that I am nowhere in their midst. First of all, they don't like me. They hate my guts. They've always hated my guts because of the great relationship I've had with him. And so I am just glad where I am, and I want my uncle to do well. And so what I will do for where I am with this big mob that I have, when I see them doing wrong, I will call them out and I will report them to him and I will tell him things from the outside. You know what I'm saying to do, Stanton? Rather than just talking publicly, I am going to be doing maybe a monthly assessment report and sending it to the president. Every month, I will send a report to him, 3 to 4 pages. I will condense it and I'm not going to go lie on somebody. I will do my investigation. I will get the facts as best as I can, and I will furnish the president with that. And it will be up to him and in his wisdom to use it as he sees fit. But I'll be telling him, I can still be useful outside of the government.
If the president, I mean, they're all watching. I can say to you right now, I'm getting a report from the president compound where he is. They are following you. I mean, the president knew you was coming up, by the way. You are calling for Oswald to go, Bushman Keita, Mamaka Berete, Sam Stikwa to be suspended. Let's be on the record. You want Sam Stikwa to be suspended. And down
no, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say to suspend him. I said what he did was a blunder. He shouldn't have done it, but it does not warrant his suspension. No.
Okay.
Sam Stikwa has been with the old man for a long time. He knows the old man. I think he will be resourceful near the old man. And I think he's a sober-minded person. But because they're all embarrassed by the FOIA thing, so everybody wants this only. He should not have done that. But I didn't say they should suspend him. I said Mamaka should be fired for the yellow machine scandal. This guy should be let go. Buju Ben Keita has embarrassed the government. He should be let go. Oswald needs to go back to his law firm.
Okay. So we got 3, just for the record.
And as we go, I will need more as they come to mind.
Yes. So, but let's just understand, how long do you give the president? How long will you give the president?
We're getting to the end of his term. I'm not even Joe Bugger again, bro. We're not parting ways no more. I was staying with my uncle all the way, Stanton. So this is not like a time-bound thing. Okay, I'm with him until I see how things go. As I said, Stanton, every month I will send my report to him. I actually did consider the position Sam Stikwa vacated. I did. Stanton, I'm not going to lie. Even though I was concerned, I said, look, if I took this position, I just discovered good gold. And I start making my gold money. And I'm in the government. And I like nice things, man.
It's conflicting. I think
your decision. People will say, oh, that the government money, the boss stealing. So let me stay in the private sector, but I want to help my uncle to succeed. And there are a lot of people doing great things, Stanton. A lot of people in the government doing great.
Let's talk about the information ministry. Do you think, then we'll come to the party itself. Costa, do you think the information ministry is doing justice to this government?
You know, I will say this. The information ministry, you know, you can't do better than your capacity. You can't outperform yourself. You know, the Ministry of Information needs to recalibrate. One of the finest ministers of information we had in recent time in this country was my esteemed big brother, Lawrence Komla Bropley. He is a smooth, effective communicator par excellence. He was not combative. He stayed on message. He was sober. He was poignant. And he was effective. I think Daniel Sando them need to start being combative with CDC. When you want to be combative, be Henry Costa. Private businessman, go pocket, or whatever I want to. What you can do to me? But when you are the official government spokesperson and you mount that podium to speak, do it with responsibility, do it with sobriety. You can't be hurling invectives and calling the former president, oh, we have mosquito brain and all that kind of stuff. That it's unnecessary. There are a lot of good things that are going on. For example, people are saying the other day, JMB talk with Elon Musk, what benefit we got? Starlink just announced, in conjunction with LTA, that 156 government schools will be equipped with Starlink. This project cost, this is something good, commendable. You got a lot of good things to talk about. Sarah Beslow just announced she met with Marco Rubio, and the U.S. Embassy at the U.S. State Department even posted, and they're going to be restoring the 3-year visa regime. Those are important things to talk about. Recently, when Gaffron and the LEC boss were in the U.S., they signed a deal for an American company to come and install 23 megawatts of solar power. Those are things you're going to be talking about. You are not a propaganda arm of the government. You need to disseminate information in such a way that it is acceptable to everyone who listens to you. When you want to speak with a partisan tune, then get out of the government and do that. So they're not doing a very good job when it comes to that, especially Daniel Sando.
But Daniel Sando will only do what his boss wanted him to do, though. So you cannot separate them because he is endorsed and accepted by Geraldine McPierre.
Yeah, well, then MPS tell him how to do their job. You can't be combative. Provide information. Talk about the good things that are happening in the country. Stanton, we're about to have. Do you know we're about to do the road from Simport Bridge all the way to Waterside? Do you know the Japanese are funding? These are things you would know because you sit on the biggest platform in the country. You have access to information, but a lot of ordinary people do not have access to that kind of information. So every opportunity you get, you mount that platform, you use that to amplify the information as much as you can. That is what you do. I don't want their job. I don't want no government job. But I'm just saying they need to do better.
Have you spoken to them, though?
No, I don't need to speak to them. I'll advise them through the kind of medium. I need nothing from nobody. You know? So I will just tell them what I can tell them. My hair can fit in nobody's mouth. You know? I want my uncle to succeed. He means well. We have a president who truly, genuinely means well for this country, Stanton.
When you speak to Joseph Barker, you have like Christmas is tomorrow when you speak to him. Yeah,
and Stanton, here is the thing, and you know it, Stanton. You know that man. He's authentic. Joe Barker is as authentic as a person can be. You know? So those who serve him have to do their best to reflect his value.
Should we expect total reshuffle?
I don't know, Stanton. My Uncle Joe has not told me that. And we don't discuss such matters. When I meet him, we talk our nephew and uncle thing. I give him an update what's happening in my life. And we talk about personal thing. We eat together, we lecture, and that's it. And I don't go there often. I made a decision. I don't go around often, Stanton. The last time I saw the president was the day I came to Liberia. I believe it was September the 3rd or the 4th. I went to see him that morning. He was about to go to a cabinet meeting. He saw me the same day I came from the U.S. Arrived at the airport. I came straight from RIA, came home, took a shower, and went straight to the president. I brought something for him, and I went to deliver it to him. And he was on his way to a cabinet meeting, and we talked briefly. We planned to meet, and we didn't get to meet until he got busy and traveled to the U.S. So I don't see him that much. I don't go around that much because I don't want him thinking that, oh, he come here around now. He come here, he wants something here. I don't want nothing.
So let's talk about those people that the government, they are kicking them out or removing them from the Hotel Africa area there, Costa. These are people you spoke to. These are people you begged. These are people that champion this government. And without compensation, the government is kicking them out to give this to some private investors. We know who coming for that place. We know the conversation. What say you?
Stand down. Jawaharlal Nehru, I believe he was the first prime minister of India. Nehru said, after India gained independence in 1947, I believe, from the British, he said, to make an omelette, you have to crack an egg. Development comes with pains. That land, nobody in their right mind should have built on that land, Stanton. Nobody. It's government property. You build a whole house. Also blame the previous governments that let them build the houses there in the first place. But I'm told that they will be compensated, Stanton. Every time the government demolishes people's homes or whatever by the roadside, they compensate them.
People home, not those that built on government land, though.
Even though I will not talk that one because their matter is on a discussion, but I will not say it because we're trying to amicably resolve it in-house. But whenever they demolish properties, the standard practice is people get compensated. Yeah, there's something called resettlement action plan or something.
Costa, the public work minister again said he doesn't know what an compensation package will be available for these folks.
Well, Stanton, even if they don't compensate them, that government land, you go sit on there, you build your house on there. Who told you to do that, Stanton? Let's be fair.
You know the condition in the country, Costa. You will not say that.
They got land all over the place, man, Stanton. You don't go build on government land and say, oh, I stay 9 years now, they can't do me nothing. You don't do that, Stanton. You have to have a sense of civic responsibility.
On government land today on Peace Island or other places, they should remove them. Is that what?
If the government really needs that land, I would not advocate for them to be removed with all compensation, Stanton. I care about the people, right? I care about the people. I think they should find some money to compensate them. But nobody says it, my house got 25,000 paid for it. No. I'll give you money to go move and go find a place to go live.